critical hit Punch All Nazis takes place in the early days of World War II and combines high adventure with cosmic horror. All dates, locations, and historical events are thrown out the window in order to create a fun story, so don't put too much thought into historical inaccuracies. All accents are done poorly, but with love, and no disrespect is intended. Your car pulls up in front of the municipal auditorium, and there's a big sign out front that reads, "Welcome to the Feast," and it's in kind of a German letter that you might see during the holiday season, font style. And of course, there's red and white and green decorations outside the door.
Are there lights?
Yeah, there are lights on inside.
Okay.
You can see the lobby.
All right. As we head in, head towards the door, Dutch will say, okay, so first words, then fists, then guns, then Nazi super science. All right?
Oh, you guys have guns? What guns is everybody carrying?
I'm carrying a pistol.
Yeah,
okay.
Pistol.
Doc's carrying a shotgun because it's an easier shot.
Was I able to adjust the Foe Seeker to be concealable?
Nope, you didn't have
Not
time.
yet? Okay.
Nope, you didn't have time.
Yeah, then just the pistol. No Nazi super science.
You're not gonna bring.
I'm not gonna have a
super science with
suitcase.
you?
Hide the Nazi super science in the car.
We'll get Blisco a violin case.
There you go.
Before he leaves town.
All right, you go into the lobby, and you can hear some noises coming from the main auditorium area where, like a banquet or something could be set up to house, 100 people easily for this event.
Go on in like I own the place.
Okay, so you guys enter through the doors quietly, and you see that there's most of the lights. There are some lights on around the edge of the auditorium, but most of the action is taking place up on the stage, where there are 9 cloaked figures standing on the stage. The room is decorated for a giant dinner, so there are round tables throughout the auditorium with seating and silverware and silver trays and all of that. There are red and white bunting all around the edge of the auditorium, ringing the auditorium or the municipal area. There are fir trees up against every post up and down the aisle, and up front is a brightly lit stage where there are 2 giant banners hanging down. They are red with a white circle and a black symbol in the middle of the banners. On stage are 9 cloaked figures. These figures are surrounding what appears to be a body on the stage. It's hard to tell because it is covered with a dirty, bloody sheet. And you hear, "Faithful disciples of the shadows, tonight we stand on the precipice of a new era, a dawn where Albany shall rise, ushered by powers beyond mortal comprehension. Now, we've seen the Arbogast family and their ilk with their influence and material wealth, but tonight we transcend, going beyond their mundane grasp. We summon forth a power that dwarfs their paltry lineage, a force older than time, a darkness profound as it is infinite. By embracing the abyss, we shall be imbued with wealth, influence, and power that no mortal family could ever dream of, that no Arbogast could ever fathom. As leader of this organization and mayor of this city, I call upon the eternal powers to bear witness to our devotion, to accept our forthcoming offerings of the feast, and to bestow upon us, your faithful servants, the blessings of the abyss." And at that moment, you can feel the kind of the building kind of shudder a little bit. And this voice coming out from, everywhere. We await your offerings. Pastor, you may begin the ceremony. And there's a man also in a cloak. He is the man furthest away. He's got a man in a white cloak standing next to him. He's got a book open and he's starting to recite. And all the other people around in their cloaked hoods pull out big long knives, ready to, I guess, make an offering.
Yeah, I fire a gun at them.
The gun blast goes off, and everyone is startled for a moment, and they turn around. Who's interrupting this fine ceremony this evening? He squints out into the darkness. Oh, Arbogast. You can hear somebody snicker in the background. What trash did you bring with you this time?
Oh, I'm sorry. We were here to take out the trash.
A man in white that is standing next to the mayor slowly turns towards you. He is indicated by the pinkish circle. He turns towards you and he pulls back the hood of his cloak and he withdraws a gun from under his robes, and you can tell that this is the sheriff. Arbogast, you know that you shouldn't be here. Why don't you just turn around and be on your way and let us carry about our business?
I'll keep moving forward if I can.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. The man in yellow also, the other side of the mayor who is dressed in purple, he is the one indicated by the yellow dot. He also turns and takes off his hood and produces a gun, and you recognize him as the deputy of Albany. Arbogast, you people are about to go down in a horrible way. It's time for you to leave.
You people, huh?
And he takes a shot at you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, he misses. The shot goes wild.
So none of us have yet gone, right?
Nope, he did fire at you.
Okay.
Dutch will say, all right, let's skip words and fists.
All right, so you are starting this combat. You have 3 momentum carrying over from your previous episodes.
Yeah.
And you hear the mayor say, don't stop, preacher. Continue on. And if you squint really hard, Rodrigo, even from the other side of the auditorium, you can see that this is the deacon from the local church.
Ugh.
Freaking guy.
Yeah.
How far away are they?
They are clear across the other end of the
So we would have to move to get to them?
So talking like far range?
Oh, yeah. None of you. If you're all pistol people, no, you're going to have to get very, very close. You're going to have to, from where they're at, read your shotgun again, please. Because you are using a sawed-off shotgun. And that is a close quarters weapon.
Yeah,
you have to be as close to them as everybody else.
You have to be in like dental hygienist range.
Yeah, so close from like if you guys can all see where I'm pinging on this plate, you would have to be at least in this range to hit them, or at least attempt to with a D2 to get them.
All right. So Dutch move forward before the round begins. Are you taking the initiative here, Dutch, or should we start?
No, I can take it.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see real quick, like if I need to. I don't remember if I need to take an action to take cover. I think that's just something that happens.
Yeah, it's just something that you can declare cover. So all of these tables and chairs will give you 2 cover.
Okay. So yeah, Dutch will. About how far can I get?
If you used a double move, you could get up to this area right up here and be within a range to shoot at them.
Yeah, let's do that. I'll spend my action moving all the way over there.
Okay.
And crouch down.
Okay. The sheriff sees you running, and he will also take a shot at you. And he misses. Came close, but he misses. And so that is his turn.
I want to play Dutch's wingman. Can I get up here?
If you use your double move, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I can't shoot anything with my close range.
And it's just harder.
Right, and this way we can get them up. We can get in defilade with them.
All right. This man up here on the stage that's kind of standing in front of this big red banner. And you can see that now it's like the American Jewish Bund happily welcomes the community of Albany to the feast is a big banner that is up on the screen. But this man who's standing next to one of the banners, he jumps off and he moves down and attempts to stab you with a knife. So this will be an agility plus fighting. This will be a hand-to-hand.
Okay. 1 success.
All right. It is a miss. He is not able to attack you with his knife.
Do I get to kick him or something?
You can move away, or you can move away if you like.
Well, I don't want to move away on account of this being pretty good cover.
Okay. So that is that cultist's turn. He does not remove his hood, so you don't know who he is. But we've got the sheriff, the deputy, and a church deacon. So, yeah.
Standard move. Would he be within close range for pew pew?
No, you'd have for a pew pew. Let's see. You could get up to here with a standard move, and then you would have to increase your difficulty to 3 if you wanted to shoot at him.
Nah, I think I'll just join Dutch at this table.
Okay.
How heavy are these tables looking?
These are like big banquet tables that you would roll out, so it's not like they're the heavy oak tables that that Carlos would have at his home.
They're probably not very bullet resistant then.
No, I mean they give you 2 cover.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll just do a double move and go there, so I'm done.
All right. The other man on the other side of the stage, he also jumps off and moves towards Doc and takes a swing at him with his knife. So agility and fighting.
Okay. 0 successes.
0 successes and a complication. So, this guy, he hits you for 3. He hits you for 3 damage.
Ouch. I've been stabbed.
3 stress.
And we are
you're
back
full
up
stress.
to full regular flirt. Okay.
Yep. Except for you. Now you've got it. You've only got, 8 stress left.
Yep.
And a complication. Let's see. A good complication is why don't you try for a complication? Because I don't want to be accused of being too mean.
So he tried to stab at me?
No, he did stab at you, and he got you good.
Oh, then his knife is stuck in my arm.
No, it's a complication for you, not for him.
Oh. Then, wait, that sounds complicated for me. I have a knife in my arm. Well, I don't want to be too mean, but I also do want it to be realistic.
I mean,
So he stabbed me.
you could just fall. You could trip.
You are now prone. So you're going to have to use your action to stand.
Move action to stand. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a whole action to stand?
That is the whole action to stand.
Well, crap. Can I shoot from a prone position?
You can.
Do I get any type of
nope
retaliatory measure?
Nope.
That was the
because
roll you made.
His attack was success.
Well, he's a bad person and he should feel
Well,
bad.
of course he's a bad person. He's trying to kill whatever's underneath that tarp up there, that blanket. All right, Blisco, I think it's your turn.
I assume I can get up to the first chunk of tables?
Yep.
Or the middle chunk of tables?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to attempt to shoot the guy that just knocked down Doc.
Okay.
Hey.
Give him a ranged attack with your pistol. And what is this pistol? Is this a M1911A pistol?
Yes.
Okay.
Whatever our default one has been.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think that's
the M1911.
The M1911, yeah, the 45 caliber pistol.
Math.
D2, you've got 3 momentum. You've also all got 3 fortunes.
I had to add 2 numbers together. That was the math I was doing.
Oh, okay.
Where are my 2 numbers?
You are looking for a 14.
Yeah, I'll spend one of those momentum.
Okay.
Am I able to aim, or was that...
No, you can aim.
Okay, and then I'll aim.
Okay.
Hey!
3 successes. Holy cow. Roll some damage on this guy.
So 6? Because
So
2
6
effect?
damage. Yep.
Haha. I remember how this
You
game
hit him pretty good in the shoulder, and you hear him go, ah! And Carlos, you instantly recognize that because when you were in high school, you got into trouble a lot.
Mhm.
And you heard the school superintendent all the time going, Carlos, you again.
Great. It's good to know that Carlos's anti-authoritarian streak is well warranted.
Mhm.
The red cultist runs up and attempts to take a stab at Valentino.
Wow.
Which one was the red cultist?
This one right here that ran up to
It has
Valentino.
a red dot over
Yeah.
it.
No, I meant,
It's hard for
was
Matthew
he
to
one of
see.
the ones that spoke?
No.
Okay, so he's somebody we still don't know?
Right.
Okay.
So coordination and fighting.
Yes.
I got 3 momentum. Now I'll just see where 2 dice gets up.
Ooh,
Well,
0 successes. He
okay.
is able to attack you and swings his knife wide at you and misses. 0 damage.
Nice.
Comedy of errors.
Yes, pretty much. I think his cloak got in the way. So that is his turn. And the man in purple, or the not the man in purple, that's the mayor, but the man with the purple dot, he's also wearing a white robe. He rushes also over to where Doc has fallen. Kill the death to the infidel! And he also is going to try and take a stab at you.
This time, correct.
Oh, 1 success and a complication.
Actually,
He
is that
succeeds.
1 success or is that 2? I thought I had a...
Do you have a
Wider.
fighting focus?
You do not.
Nope, I don't. I'm thinking of first aid. My bad.
Yeah,
Never
you would
mind.
need like a hand-to-hand focus or something.
Yep.
Yeah, this is pretty bad because he hits you for 3 damage.
Mhm.
And he stabs down at you so hard because you've got this complication that his big long dagger sticks into the wooden floor and pins you down. So you're immobile for at least 1 round.
Yikes.
The priest keeps on priesting,
As one does.
uttering his chant. And the one in that is standing next to him is raising his blade up high as the ceremony commences. I don't know why you are putting up a fight, Arbogast, because after we complete this ritual, it ain't gonna matter. And he just continues to stand up at the mayor continues to stand up at the stage, looking out at the chaos. Take them out, boys. Take them out. And that takes us to the top of the round. You hear a rumbling, and you can kind of feel the ground tremble, and you can see dust falling from the high rafters. The sheriff, from where he stands, attempts to take another pot shot at Carlos. I'm going to get you, Carlos. Ooh, he is not paying attention to what he is doing and is a little bit too close to the stage, and he falls off, trips on his robe and falls off. It's almost like these guys are not accustomed to doing these kind of rituals under this kind of stressful situation. And that is his turn. Oops.
Can I take a shot at either the guy who's reading or the guy with the knife?
If the difficulty goes up to 3, yeah.
In that case, I will move up to the stage. Yep, I guess I'll just move up to the stage
Okay.
and then try to take a shot at one of them.
Okay, you rush past the cultist in the brown robe, who, double check, you still don't know who that is, and you rush past the sheriff. You jump up on stage and you point your gun at either the main priest or his acolyte.
Yeah, well, I'll take a shot at the mayor.
Okay.
2 successes.
Very good. Roll some damage.
That's 7.
That is 7. This guy, you shoot his wrist and he drops the knife. You have caused him an injury. He is holding his wrist and is looking at you, and you can see underneath his hood. You don't recognize him.
Oh, that wasn't the mayor?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm
right?
sorry. I thought you were shooting the blue guy. The mayor is this guy right here.
Oh, well, but I'm shooting the guy who has, like, the ritual knife.
Yeah, that's the guy in blue. You don't recognize him.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. I think that's all I got.
Okay. The deputy turns and he shoots at you. Oh, 3 successes. He's gonna shoot you.
Okay.
4, 1, 2, 3 damage and whatever you soak with your courage.
Just the 1, so I'll take 2 damage.
Okay.
Isn't cover soak?
He's not in cover.
I'm not behind cover anymore.
Oh, you moved.
He
Sorry.
ran up on stage.
Checking to see other stuff I might be able to do.
Yeah, you guys stay in cover. I gotta take care of this stuff.
All right. Who would like to go next?
I would like to go next.
All right. You are pinned to the floor.
I would like to see if I can do something about that. Would that be something that I could, like, is that an effect that I can remove if I were
you can
to do,
use,
like,
you can use your
catch
entire
breath?
turn. You can use your entire turn to try to pull the blade out of the floor. That will be a feat of brawn plus athletics.
I was looking at the thing, and it says that if I catch my breath, will plus resilience, I could remove an ongoing effect, which would be a better roll for me. But
that is going to will plus resilience 2. Okay, removes a stress, an ongoing effect such as it's not persistent.
Okay,
but I will allow it to see if you succeed.
Okay. Now here's my other question. If I'm doing that, can I do that while busting out my first aid kit?
Nope.
Dang. Okay.
This is your major action.
This is your major action. Okay, hang on. All right, we're going to do this, and it's going to be good, and I'm not going to roll a 20 this time. I've rolled 5 dice, and 3 of them are 20s. Ha! Look at that. 2 successes.
All right. You are able to pull the knife out.
Okay. I am no longer pinned to the ground.
Nope, but you're still on the ground.
And now I'm mad about it.
Yep, and so is this robed monk who is going to take another stab at the man on the floor. You may do a agility and fighting.
Okay.
2 successes. All right. You may, you're still on the floor, so you can't really move anywhere, but he misses.
Darn it.
That is...
Okay, doesn't he get to pop him then?
Yeah, I think if
he's on the floor.
I think generally, if you succeed on a hand-to-hand, you either get to move or you get to hit him back. I mean, being prone has its own issues. Like it's a +1 difficulty to range attacks out of reach, -1 difficulty to melee or range attacks in reach on a prone target. So, but I guess that's just to be shot at.
Yeah,
right. So I couldn't just like pull my trigger and see if bullets strike him.
Well,
no, you've already done your main action.
You couldn't. Right. So I'm sorry. You couldn't fire a gun on him. You could just try to punch him. That's what I'm saying.
Right, but it would be additional.
Yeah, if Steven's not letting you because you're prone, then that's that.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Sounds legit. You know, I'm unstabbed and no longer stuck to the floor. So hopefully, I can not die long enough to stand.
Okay. But I do have you down as 5 stress remaining.
Remaining?
Yep. You've been stabbed twice.
I've been stabbed for 6. So yes, 5 stress remaining.
Okay. Who would like to go next?
Can I aim and shoot at red dot guy here?
Yes, you can. You're well within range of this gun.
Okay. I will. Mind if I steal a momentum, anyone?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. I will do that. Yay, 3 successes.
Yay, you get one back, so go ahead.
6 gets me.
Wow.
Okay.
So
Should have used a
that's
salvo.
12, right? So, this guy, he's leaning over you, and you pull that trigger, and he goes flying backwards and drops dead. And he is out of the fight, and you can hear the mayor saying, "Tom, get up off the floor." Tom does not respond because he's dead. Let's see. Who do we got? We got Purple Guy. Purple Guy going to take a stab at Doc on the floor.
Okay, these guys are getting on my last nerve.
Yeah, they are. Hey, 1 success. Unfortunately, not enough to beat this. Plus, you got another complication.
Oh my god.
That is my 4th.
Third.
I'm
no, sorry.
retiring.
3 damage.
Ooh.
I'm
no.
retiring.
You might be. You're going at this way.
I'm going to be nice and not give you a complication this time. He says a very bad word that is so bad that we can't even repeat it here. But again, Carlos, you hear this word ring out through the hall, and you know that earlier in the day when you were at the diner and that reporter came up to talk to you, this is that reporter guy.
Right.
These gentlemen need killing.
Yes, definitely, Blisco. These gentlemen need killing.
Yeah. I assume I can get up to here.
Yes.
And I'm gonna try and... Did I take out the one guy earlier? No, he's still there.
Nope.
God, they blend in so bad.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Yeah, so this guy right here is the school superintendent.
I
that you have hit
understand
before.
pain, Matthew.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of these guys have taken damage.
No, the superintendent has taken damage.
Or, well, the other...
The purple
Doc
guy
hasn't done anything to either of these guys.
No, he has not.
It's the more accurate
Except offer up a prime target.
I'm on D2 to hit now.
Correct. Yep.
I'll use a momentum.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and take out the one guy.
The superintendent.
Yeah.
With 3 successes, 4
4
successes.
successes.
Okay.
I earned us a momentum.
Yes, you
Thank
did.
you.
7 more damage.
You are able to take the superintendent out.
Yeah.
No, I swear it's the kids that are wrong. And he is dead with his dying gasp. Long live the secret cult, or whatever they're called. The Disciples of the Shadows. The priest continues to do his chant. The acolyte picks up the knife from the ground with his good hand and raises it up high. And the mayor rushes over to you, Carlos, and attempts to stab you with his knife.
3 successes.
All right. You can either move away or punch this guy.
I'll punch this guy.
All right. Punching is what? Two dice?
2 dice?
I believe. I think it's 2.
All right. Well, it's 3 for me because I've got a point of brawn.
Go ahead and 3D dice this guy in the face.
1.
All right. He seems unfazed. The adrenaline that's flowing through his body from, number one, being able to finally call upon an elder thing to grant him and his followers wealth far beyond what the Arbogast have, and the fact that he might be able to take you down as part of this. Yeah, he does not even flinch when you punch him.
Yeah.
But the sheriff does get up and he shoots at you. And bang, 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 misses twice. Very poorly, in fact, because of the angle that he is at, and he's shooting up at you. He shoots out one of the lights hanging from the stage, and just a rain of molten glass just rains down onto the stage, and the flag that is right behind you, the big banner that is hanging down. You know, they didn't worry too much about fireproofing stuff back in the day. This thing really starts to smolder.
Okay.
We are at the top of the round. There is a shaking, and the floor in front of the stage appears to warp and move. It's happening. It's happening.
Maybe you better prepare to zap gun there, Blisco.
He didn't bring it.
Did not bring it. All right. The sheriff is already gone. So it's now up to Team USA.
Team USA. All right. Are any of us within shooting range of the Bluebird?
Preacherman?
The stage. Yeah.
Well,
I am.
Carlos is up there.
Close is.
I can take a shot at him.
And who are you shooting?
I will shoot. I feel like I've already shot the guy with the knife.
Mm-hmm.
Try and shoot the guy with the book and maybe.
Okay. So that is the church.
Thing.
Yeah, that is the church elder.
Right. Yeah. If you guys don't mind me going now, I'll take a shot at that guy.
I say go.
I think
That's the guy we need to get rid of.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll spend a momentum.
Salvo.
Steven's been giving us the salvo
That's
bonus
true.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would aim though.
Yeah, good call. I'll aim and then take a shot. I'll re-roll that complication.
Oh, good call. Go on. We got one success.
No, just the one.
Only one success, but you avoid the complication, which is good. You miss the preacher, and the preacher's voice raises to a crescendo as his voice gets louder, and that is his turn. Actually, I'm going to spend one of my threat to keep the action going on my team, as the blue guy, the acolyte, plunges the knife into whatever is underneath that blanket. The floor rumbles, rumble, 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 rumble. Everybody, please take a will plus resilience D1.
I'll use my dauntless talent.
Okay. Success
Yay.
for Blisco. You are not fazed by this craziness that you see before you. Matthew gets a success. It wouldn't have mattered because you already have your mental thing. Brian has one success, but a complication. Brian, you stumble to the floor inches away with the shaking of the floor and everything. You stumble inches away from what appears to be an opening in the floor. All right, now it is team you guys.
What difficulty would it be for me to try to shoot the preacherman?
D3.
D3?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll go ahead and do it.
He gets somewhere
Just
where
a reminder
it would be
that
a D2.
you also have a fortunes.
That's what I was planning on. I was going to spend a fortune.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and also spend a momentum.
Okay.
And then we'll see what I get. If I can get... Hey!
2 successes.
Two
You needed 3. Oh,
Go
yeah, 2
4.
successes plus the 2 that you already got. So you have 2 successes added back. So you're back up to 4 again. And you may roll some damage on this guy.
All right. Oh, 3.
Well,
I was
5.
say, one
with
of
the
our
effects.
momentum spends is extra damage dice.
That's true.
It is.
Yeah.
Let's see. You said you did. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage on the guy, and he is going to, he's gonna take it in the shoulder. Not in the armpit of the shoulder, but like up by the top of your shoulder. That's where he gets hit.
All righty.
And let's see. The sheriff went already.
Mm-hmm.
The deputy has not gone. He's also going to take a shot at Carlos. I never liked you, Carlos.
Who are you?
He's the deputy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, you must have shook him because that shot goes wild.
Beautiful.
But it does hit the banner and causes it to sway just a little bit in the breeze from being hit, and that's enough to ignite the banner. The banner is now on fire.
Man, that sounds complicated.
I know,
This one?
right? Yep, the one right next to you is on fire.
Can I get up?
You can get up.
Can I do anything other than get up?
You could
you
shotgun
can-
blast the guy in front of you from your sitting
Yeah.
position.
I will shotgun blast the guy in front of me from a seated position. I will
Okay.
blast him in the face. And I will
you can
face
you
blast.
can
Take a
shoot
mo-
him.
you
I
wanna
would
take a
say shoot him
momentum?
first. Yeah, definitely take a momentum.
I shall take a momentum. And I shall shoot him.
That way you can roll even more 20s.
Now that Robert.
Hi.
All right. So if I take one, that gives me an extra thing.
Yeah, you can
if I
roll
were to use
three dice instead of 2.
right, and in order to roll 4 dice, I would need to take 3 momentum
You would
because
need,
it
yeah, 3
tiers
total.
up.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't necessarily be worth it, except that I'm shooting this guy. So 2 successes.
Okay,
Hey,
gets
it's not a
shot.
20.
pretty close though.
It's a 19. That's close.
If he had guns as his fighting specialty, then
Specifically
would have been.
rifles.
Yeah, that definitely would have been a complication.
If a frog had wings,
You now have the ability to do some damage on this guy, Matthew.
I'm going to do some damage on
And
this
this is
freaking guy.
what is that? A 5 plus
The
your
weapon
brawn
is
bonus?
5. My bonus, is it a brawn bonus or is it my...
This
My-
should be
your
insight since it's
Insight
ranged.
bonus. Insight bonus. Yeah.
Yep,
So you
my
get to roll
insight
2.
bonus is 2.
So you
I
may
get to
roll
a total
7
of
dice.
10.
You definitely take this guy out. You shred him at the kneecaps, and he falls over.
Mm.
And yeah, that's the reporter press hat guy.
You suck, reporter, press hat guy. Oh-dee-doo-dar-day.
This guy over here is seeing what is happening up on the stage, and he is also going to rush over and attempt to stab Carlos with his knife. I may have missed that guy earlier, but
These guys are jerks.
it doesn't matter.
How
He
much-
misses.
Oh.
But you need to roll and see if you end up with anything.
Nope.
Ooh, 0 successes. I believe in this case, nothing happens.
Okay.
And that is that guy's turn.
Yay. Time for Blisco.
Time for Blisco.
Dun, dun,
So-
dun, dun.
Couple of questions.
Time for Blisco.
The shotgun is tagged as a rifle for the focus purposes, correct?
Probably.
That might be a Matthew question because he's actually got the information on hand.
It says reliable, inaccurate, but it just
So-
says shotgun. So we'd have to look.
So
in the,
I don't know-
in the book
I don't
to
know-
see what it lists as.
I don't know if by close quarters they mean close quarters weapons, which a shotgun would be, or if they just mean while fighting in close quarters.
It's the same way as that's the range of that weapon is the close quarters, just like your
Okay,
handgun is a close weapon.
right.
Hey, got the little thingy here. No, close quarters is the focus. It is not a rifle.
Yep, that's the weapon tag.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Were you wanting to
never
borrow
mind. I was going to borrow it if it was a rifle because I took a focus in rifles and would like extra chances to do extra stupid things. But instead, I'm just going to.
Is kind of our deal.
I'm assuming I can run up somewhere where I can get a
You can run up to
close
here.
shot on
Yeah.
the guy preaching.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to aim and shoot at him.
You can't aim if
You can't
move.
aim. Yeah, you can't aim. If
Cannot
you
aim
move.
and move. Okay. I'm going to use a momentum for this.
Okay.
So I should be at the B2, correct?
2 left. Yeah, only 1 success.
Oh, God. Friggin'
You miss.
Dutch will grab the curtain from a place that is not yet on fire, but he's gonna
Okay.
yank it down
Okay.
and try to cause it to fall over here-ish. And I would like to create a truth about these guys being on fire or the ritual being somehow disrupted, right? Like I'm not saying it should like end completely, but I just want to like either make it harder for them or make it easier for us.
You
Which
could
I think is
probably
usually
do
what
like
you
a
do.
startled by fire.
Okay.
But you're going to have to use a fortune spin for that, right? To create the truth, or are you using momentum?
If I spend a fortune, which I'm
Mhm.
willing to do, then that means I also get to attack.
Okay.
So I'll
we also
do
need
that.
to see. We also need to see if you first pull down the curtain.
Okay.
Brawn plus.
Well, so if I need a check to pull down the curtain, then that's not a fortune spend. Like here, let me. Yeah. So to create a truth, discuss with the GM to determine an appropriate attribute plus skill to create a new truth, or change an existing one, or remove truth from the scene. So I can do that without spending a fortune. That's just my action.
Yeah. I can allow that, but you're gonna have to succeed in the
and then
in the yanking of the curtain.
Spend, yeah. So a fortune spend will allow me to take a second major action, so that will allow me to attack. Okay, I see. Oh no. It's make it happen. So I can spend a thing. I can spend a fortune to make it happen. So I can immediately add or reveal a new scene truth. So I'll do that, and then I'll just take an attack. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I honestly don't think that, creating the truth is I'm going to yank down on this. I mean, I guess if you're going to spend a fortune for that, yes, go ahead. If you're going to use a fortune to do that, that's totally fine.
Yeah. So does that mechanically hinder them in some way?
They are startled by fire. And so there's a line of fire on the floor from a burning thing between them and the thing under the blanket.
Okay, I'll take a shot at the preacher then, and I'll spend a momentum.
All right.
3 successes.
3 successes. So you get 1 success back, so you're at 2. You may try to damage the priest.
6.
Yep, you are able to kill him. And the priest is down, but you hear the acolyte, you hear the mayor say, "Please tell me that ritual is complete." And you hear the acolyte say, "We've already drawn blood."
Great.
I guess we are at the top of the round, and the mayor turns to you with a big ol' poo-eating grin on his face. "Well, now, Arbogast, looks like we're winning this thing." And he tries to stab you in the gut.
I'll take a momentum.
Okay.
2 successes.
All right. You can defend.
Okay. I will move him here.
Yeah. He's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" And you just see him turning until he disappears into the darkness below.
I voted for the other guy.
"How dare you," says the sheriff, and he's going to shoot at you. And he succeeds.
That seems appropriate.
For 2 damage.
Okay. I'll soak 1.
Okay. And that is let me find him here. That is the preacher's turn. Team you guys' turn. The stage is on fire. There's a giant vortex in the floor.
I would like to aim and take a shot at one of the 2 guys on Dutch. Are either of them already hurt?
Let's see. The sheriff is not hurt, and the other guy is also not hurt.
All right. We will shoot at the sheriff.
Okay.
But
how dare you?
Do not shoot at the Jeopardy.
Do I want to spend our 1 momentum?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I will spend our 1 momentum.
Okay.
Aim and shoot. I'll use that aim to reroll that 18.
Okay. Oh, no good.
No.
Oh, well.
All right. You may do damage onto the sheriff.
8 sound good?
It sounds
really
right. But you just you wing him. Let's see. So the sheriff went, Blisco went. This guy right here is going to take a stab at Carlos. All right, Carlos, if you would like to respond.
1 success.
He beats you on that, so you are going to take 2 damage from that.
Okay. I'll soak 1.
All right. And that is his turn. Doc finally stands up.
I'm going to get up. Can I do anything else?
Yeah, you can move.
Oh.
Or
Can I
shoot.
shoot somebody?
You can.
Can I
it's going to
move
be a
and
D3
shoot?
from where... No, you stood up.
Ah. Boo. I'm going to try and shoot somebody. Who can I try and shoot?
I mean, there's a man in a brown robe over here, standing right next to the sheriff, who's right over here. There is a deputy sheriff right there. They are all D3. You can attempt to hit the acolyte in the back. He is a D4.
And which banner is on fire?
The one that was next to Dutch, but is now on the floor burning and getting awful close to the blanket that is covering whatever or whoever is underneath.
Without any momentum, hitting a 3 would be very difficult. If one were to utilize a fortune in this situation, would it be of any assistance?
Well, you get 2 successes automatically, and then you get to roll 1 die to try and get that 3rd success.
That sounds like that might be a thing. I would like to try that.
All right.
I would like to use my fortune, and I would like to go, boom, 1 success.
Who are you shooting at?
Who do I hate the most?
I mean, I think you hate Blisco the most, but...
Blisco's my pal.
You just tried to take your gun from you.
Someone who's damaged. Blisco decided it didn't even try to take the gun.
Who's damaged? The yellow fella?
The sheriff is damaged. He's all the way over here.
Wait, this guy's yellow, right?
He's pink.
Okay, so who's this guy?
That is the deputy.
Okay. And he is unharmed.
Correct. The deputy is unharmed at this point.
Rob shot the sheriff, so I will also shoot the deputy.
Okay. You may roll your damage.
Hang on, I got a plan. No, this is a good plan. You're going to be like, oh, this is a beautiful plan. Matthew, you're awesome. But I rolled wrong, so what I'm going to do is...
Roll 6 dice for damage.
7. So I rolled 4. I'm going to roll 3 more. God. Okay. Roll 20.
What? Why don't you roll 7 dice total, please?
That was what I was planning to do. Yes. I don't know why that's not working. Every time I push damage dice, if I try to change the number, it ends. Oh, my number lock is off. Sorry. 7.
All right, and you were shooting the deputy. He does. You do wing him pretty good.
Wing?
You winged him pretty good. I mean, you got to remember that the spread of your shotgun is pretty weak the further away it goes. And as you wing him, he spins around and takes a shot at Blisco. Ooh. 1 damage.
Hey. I'm tough enough to just take that.
You're going to soak that up? Okay. And that is the deputy's turn. Let's see, there's a Valentino on the floor. Or, I don't know where Valentino is at. He's very close to the edge of that vortex.
Well, if my turn, I'll see if I can't take out the sheriff.
Okay.
All right.
Something funny about these guys.
No. Just
1 success. You miss. Pa-ching! And who do we have? We have the acolyte. He is going to dance around the fire a little bit, but he's going to work his way over and try to stab you in the back, Carlos. And you hear him. Is he the blue guy? You hear him say, "How dare you kill the preacher?" And he's going to take a stab at you.
1 success for me.
It's a tie, so it is a wash then, I believe. On a tie, so that is his turn.
Okay.
The fire is getting awful close to the sheet. So it looks like Doc is gone. Carlos has not gone.
I guess I'll go see what's under the sheet.
Okay. You rush over, you pull back the sheet, and underneath the sheet is a woman. She has been stabbed and she is bleeding. Roll me an observation plus insight check, please. 2 successes, 3 successes.
3 successes.
You get 2 momentum back. You recognize this woman as the woman that was leaving the jazz club with the mayor.
Okay. Is she alive?
She looked. She's seems out of it. Like she's been given some kind of a something.
Okay.
Maybe just set it up
To subdue her, but she's also stabbed in the
Sternum.
chest, in the sternum, and is bleeding. Not like through the heart, but up in the left shoulder.
Okay.
But she is bleeding pretty good. Like you nicked to something.
Does that eat up my action?
That does eat up your action.
Okay. That's me then.
All right. If only you had somebody with a first aid kit.
Okay.
Let's see. We are at the top of the round. At this point, you notice that the vortex grows a little larger.
Ah.
Yeah. It's right up next to you now, Valentino, and Sheriff. Oh, no. And Blitzgoat is right up next to where you guys are at.
Yeah.
And let's see. The blue guy is going to, you leave the sacrifice alone. And he's going to try and attack Carlos again.
Success and a complication.
Oh, success and a complication. Well, he does wing you good. Right in your shoulder blade. And you take 3 damage off of that.
All right. I'll take 2.
All right.
Could I get to her and actually do anything?
You could get to her. You wouldn't be able to perform any kind of stabilize or medicine actions on her.
But I could bust out my first aid kit and be ready to, giving us 3 monument and then run.
No. So in order for you to run, it's going to take you 2 whole actions to get up there on stage. So that's going to eat up your entire turn to get up there.
I could open my first aid kit, give us 3 momentum, and saunter.
I mean, you can.
Well, I feel like having momentum might help us.
You had 2 momentum, but yeah, okay. You now have 5 momentum.
Right, and then I'm going to go as far as I can to where I can get to her. I have a theory.
The deputy sees you coming. Get back now! Get back! And he is going to take a shot at you, and misses.
Okay. Do I need to do something?
No, you already did your turn.
Okay, so I don't do anything to dodge a shot.
Not shot,
like
not
hand
ranged
hand.
attacks
Okay.
now.
Can I tell him to shut up?
I mean, you can.
Shut up.
It only provokes the sheriff to take a shot. Don't you tell my deputy what to do. Oh, shoot. That guy hits you. And you take 1 damage.
Well, I'm not dead.
Nope. All right. Use guy's turn.
Has the deputy acted yet this round?
Yeah, he did. Let's see. Yeah,
Wait,
he
did they just
shot.
shoot Doc back to back?
No, the deputy shot and then the sheriff shot him.
It's a special ability they have to skip a player turn in the middle.
Okay.
I mean, I can use the threat to do that, so sure.
It's fine.
I'm gonna shoot the sheriff again.
All right, go for it. But I will say that I will say this: at the start of the round, the vortex grew a little larger. You are standing right next to the vortex.
Okay. General guesstimate: how likely are they to fall in if it grows a little bit larger at the same rate?
Very likely.
All right. Well, and I'll shoot the other guy on Carlos, and then I'll back off.
Okay. You're going to shoot the blue guy?
Which guy?
Yeah.
I got 3. Oh, the blue guy.
Is that still at a D2?
I'm going to say it's probably a D3 at that distance.
All right. Still use a momentum and do it.
Yep.
Okay.
Darn.
You get 2 successes and miss.
Yeah.
You need to move back.
Okay. That's me then.
Let's see. Has this guy gone? He has not gone. He's going to jump up on the stage and try to take a stab at Carlos. So do this again.
I'll use a momentum.
Okay.
Success and a complication.
So it is a tie. So that's a wash. The complication is the blanket that you're holding is now on fire. and it's creeping up the woman's legs. You've exposed the top half of her body, but now the bottom half of her body appears to be well, it's not on fire, but the blanket tarp thing definitely is.
Okay.
And let's see, Valentino, and I think we only have Valentino and Carlos to go.
Yeah, you want to go, Brian?
Sure, I'll go. Take a shot at Yellow and back up away from this portal.
Okay.
So first we'll try to shoot at Yellow. 2 successes.
2 successes. Roll some damage on this guy.
Alrighty. 5 damage.
Oh! Yeah, and he's twisting, like a classic 50s cowboy dying a horrible death. And he got me! And then he falls off the stage into the vortex. And he also is like spinning, like if he's laying flat on his back, but he's spinning and he just spins and gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until he is gone. All right, Carlos, it is your turn.
Is the lady going to get burnt if I don't take action to prevent that? Okay.
Probably.
So then, what I'll do is I'll just probably mostly ineffectively just whip the cover off of her and onto these guys.
Okay.
Which will probably not have any sort of like actual effects.
Let's do a hand-to-hand combat on that. I've never had anybody tack. I don't think there's a weapon for burning blanket on here, but let's try it. Let's try a hand-to-hand with the blue guy.
I'll take a momentum.
Okay.
3 successes.
Very good. You may do some damage on this guy.
Okay, just like my regular punch damage.
Yeah, regular punch damage.
1.
Yeah, he tries to block it with his hand, and he does, and he's not thinking because he's fighting, and he starts to wrap his arm around it, like to grab it away from you. You know how they, wraps his arm to tighten it up, and he yanks it out of your hand without realizing that the blanket is on fire, and now he is on fire, but he doesn't seem to be too bothered by that.
Sure.
The woman is momentarily safe. As we hit the top of the round, there is another rumble. The vortex grows even wider, and let me go back and move that just a little bit because it is big enough to where it catches the edge of the sheriff, and he feels this tug, and you can see this look of terror on his face as he realizes that he is dead, and he goes tumbling backwards behind over Tea Kettle all the way down until he disappears. Curse you, Arbogast!
It was me that slashed your tires back in 1921. Yeah.
Okay, that's the top of the round. We have this guy who is, he's dead set on getting his wealth from his sacrifice. So he might as well take a stab at you, Carlos.
Okay.
One success, so you may respond.
Okay. Can I flip him into the thing?
Sure.
All right. Was this the brown cultist?
Yeah, this is the brown cultist who you don't know who he. Okay. You don't know who this guy is.
Okay. Then I have nothing.
As you grab him to flip him in, you recognize him finally. This is the bank president.
Ooh. Bad investment, sir. And I'll throw him into the thing.
Your interest is going to come due, Arbogast! And he is gone.
Give a little smile to the one guy left.
More for me, he says. And he takes a swing at you.
Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes. You may respond.
Might as well get rid of all of the evidence.
Yes, so. Might as well, right?
Yep. I don't recognize this guy at all, right?
You don't. You don't. And he's like, I regret nothing. And he is gone. And as the last guy goes down, you can hear this rumbling. Your offering is accepted. You shall now receive great wealth. And the portal disappears. The building is on fire. There is a woman here.
Oh, boy.
Grab her and go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll help Doc carry her out of here.
Okay. The
Might be
auditorium
good
is filling up with smoke by the time you all bust out of the front of the auditorium. There is no way that unless the fire department can get down there in the next couple of minutes that the auditorium is going to be saved. But yeah, this whole building is going up in flames.
Yep, we'll
There's an
bust
unconscious
out.
bleeding woman next to you.
Yep. Well, set her down so Doc can perform some aid.
Yeah,
Yep.
apply a first aid, if you will, Matthew.
Absolutely. What is that? Medicine plus coordination?
15. Insight plus medicine.
Insight plus medicine?
Yep.
Means I get a +2. 1 success. Damn
You
it.
only needed 1 success on the first aid. You are able to stop the bleeding. You do see that the wound is very close to like a, I don't know if on the left side if there's a major artery or not, but there's definitely something there that has been nicked by the blade. And if you can't get her to a hospital in the next couple of minutes, she may not be long for this world. Her eyes start to flutter open. It's like, I heard pretty music and then everything went dark.
All right, we're gonna get you to a hospital.
I gotta
going
try my
on?
lifesaver. I've never tried my lifesaver.
Oh,
I can bring people back from the brink of death. That's now, right?
No, she does not have any. So that would be if somebody has, like, in the case of Carlos, if he had 3 injuries, then you could use that. But she's not at the brink of death right now.
Get her
You
into
are
the
all
car.
leaning up. Yes, you're all leaning up against your car.
Yep, we'll get her into the car
Okay.
and start heading to the hospital. But once we're in and moving, Dutch will be like, "Hey, do you know where Felipe Arbogast is?"
Oh, he's so cute. I haven't seen him. And then she passes out.
Yeah, well, that's good at least.
And as you are speeding down the street, past going to the hospital, a fire truck with its bells ringing, it just goes roaring past you down towards where the auditorium is now engulfed in flames. You get the woman to the hospital. You get her into the emergency room. The doctor is asking all sorts of questions about why, what happened. What were the 4 of you doing to this poor woman?
No,
He wonders if he needs to call. He wonders if he needs to call the sheriff and have him come in. And
we saved her from a satanic reefer ritual.
Reefer, that's going to be the bane of my existence. I'm glad the Kennedys are doing everything they can to make cannabis banned in this country. And he takes the woman off and treats her. I don't know if you guys are going to stick around and see if she makes it or not.
Do I know her?
No, you just know her as the girl that left the jazz club with the mayor.
Okay. Well, I'll probably just call back later to check on her. But we still have to find Felipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check in with everybody. We're like, how's everybody doing?
I'm doing fine.
For once.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe you need to call back home, see if maybe he's shown up since we've been out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll call from the hospital.
Yeah, there's a payphone there in the lobby, and you call Arbogast residence.
Hey Higgins, any sign of Felipe?
Oh yes, he arrived about 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
He
All right,
appears
that's great.
unharmed.
That's good to hear. We'll be headed in here in just a few minutes, so we'll be there within the hour.
I will put the hot cocoa on, sir.
Oh, great, thank you, Higgins.
Yes, sir. And he hangs up.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm very badly wounded. And
You
I
are.
probably need to do something about that.
Yep.
Right,
Yeah,
I thought there was a place of healing around here.
If only.
Yeah, we'll try and see if we can get patched up on the family tab, and I would say let's definitely continue to push the satanic reefer ritual.
Okay.
reasonable.
Probably too early for this, right? This is like more of a 50s thing.
No, not really.
You get into that William Randolph Hearst thing.
I think they were communists too.
Hearst really were pushing the down with
Reefer Madness was in 36.
Down with hemp, yeah.
As one of the two most affected ethnicities, the PSA here is don't do that. The government. But yeah, so Dutch is going to push that angle.
Yep. Okay. All right. Yeah, you guys are able to get patched up. You're going to need a full night's sleep though before you can fully heal, but you're able to get sewn up and get back into the car and head back to Arbogast Stately Manor. Yeah. You get there and you pull up and you go inside, and kind of sitting there in the entryway is a Felipe, and he's got a poo-eating grin on his face, and he looks kind of like, oh shucks, and you can tell that something not violent has been happening because his hair is messed up, his collar is popped, and there's a lipstick stain on his collar.
Okay.
Oh, hey, cousin. Higgins said you were a little worried about me.
Yep, I can see that you were not in any sort of trouble. So,
I mean, maybe. Remember, I said I wasn't going to have any trouble finding a new girlfriend, and I think I may have found her.
Oh, that's good. Anyone I know?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well,
what do you guys smell like smoke? And why are you covered in blood?
We ran into a little trouble.
Trouble?
Yeah, just a little bit of trouble. Like Dutch will like take off his coat and, show his like shirt is like totally bloody and stuff.
Ooh. That must have been okay. It must have been cool.
It was very cool.
Did you give him the what for?
Oh, well, we gave him about 7 different kinds of what for.
That's kick behind.
Yeah, I would say you should see the other guys, but at this point, no one can see the other guys.
Awesome. You obliterated them.
Yes, but the important thing to learn here is that fighting is not good unless it's cultists, fascists, or
fascist cultists.
School bullies.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Or it's somebody attacking you that you didn't provoke.
Well, that happens almost every day around here.
Yeah, I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's a lot of people that are jealous of the family.
Oh, yeah. Your mom and dad have been gone for almost a year now. And since I've had to kind of deal with all this, I get that hate every day.
Yeah.
There are people who hate that we have all this money.
Yeah, but the important thing is that they hate that we have all this money, 1, because they're jealous, and 2, because we're not the sort of people who tend to have money. So don't ever let that actually influence how you feel and how you see yourself and how you see the family. Okay, there's no control over our hair color or skin color. So
I see. So which was it? Was it fascists?
It was cultists, but yeah, they were probably fascists.
Like the Shadow?
Fascist sympathizers.
Were you fighting cultists like the Shadow?
Wait, is he saying in the way that Pulp Hero the Shadow would fight cultists? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, the good thing about real life bastards is that you don't need powers to see what evil lies in their heart. They'll just tell you.
Oh, that's a good one. Now, let me ask you this. Blisco, did you bring the faux seeker into the house or did you leave it out in the car?
I don't think.
I didn't.
Don't think the faux seeker had left the house at all.
Yeah, so we went in and it was in the house and Higgins found it.
I was going to say, didn't Higgins comment on it?
So we haven't taken it back out of the house, I believe.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we wanted to be subtle. And
real good
time when that really plan went well.
Yeah, real good. Let's see. All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
No, I'll probably just
Why sleep?
crash.
Okay. So, says I've prepared your rooms. You may
Thank
take
you,
your
Higgins.
cocos in your rooms.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
I've also put some bandages in the rooms for at least 2 of you.
Thank
you,
you,
Higgins.
sir.
I guess I'm going to go to bed too. Yes, probably a good idea.
Yes, and just so you know, things are scary right now, so just try to keep a low profile, all right?
Yeah. Okay.
Hey,
Are you
I'm
going to go to the
serious.
feast tomorrow? Are you going to go to the feast tomorrow? I mean, I think a lot of people are expecting me to show up.
Yeah, I'll come with you.
Okay.
Where was that feast going to be again?
Down at the big auditorium.
Oh,
Oh, there may be.
Oh,
that's right. That caught on fire.
What?
Yeah.
Do we have?
No, this is horrible.
Do we have? Like, is like, are any of our actual like manufacturing facilities or anything in town?
No.
We don't have like a warehouse somewhere.
You probably have a warehouse.
Okay.
what about a big old ballroom?
I mean, we could just have people over here, I suppose.
Invite the whole town to the
I will let
feasting annual.
the German American Bund know
Just let them know
that they can have it here.
yeah, the manor's open. And now I'm definitely going to go to sleep because I'm certainly going to be woken up early by planners
And American Nazis.
and American Nazis. The
All right, you guys all
worst
go
kind
to-
of Nazis.
I know, right? You go to bed, you wake up the next morning, and you go downstairs to breakfast, and sure enough, there in the dining hall, there are six American Nazis just standing there talking to Felipe about this raging fire and how they've lost all the food, that there's no time to prepare anything else, that this is a tragedy, and how are they going to expect to show the hospitality and the greatness of the Bund if they can't provide a feast for everyone?
That's all right. We'll have it here.
Ah, that's very good. Yeah, we can hold our banners up and get lots of people here.
Oh no, that's the only thing is no banners, please. The wainscoting is pretty old.
Very well. At least Heinrich can still give his speech.
Sure.
Ah, good.
What's the speech called?
Why Hitler is a good guy.
Yep, you go for it, Heinrich.
Ah, thank you. Well, this is great. The newspaper comes in, and the newspaper is like front page, just this huge front page article about the blaze down at the auditorium and how the feast is now not able to go on. No one has been able to contact the mayor or several of the city councilmen to find out what's going on. The sheriff was nowhere to be found during the incident, nor the deputy. So, like a couple of regular officers have kind of called the search out for the sheriff, the mayor, the 2 city councilmen, and it seems to be somewhat chaos. There's also a little short sentence in the big article talking about how the reporter that you had questioned, he is also missing in all of this ruckus. And what kind of message does this send to the world about Albany, New York?
Right. The thing that's on people's minds right now, all over the world, certainly.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on in Albany, New York?
I mean, at least from Albany, New York's perspective, they are the center of the universe. So, Higgins and the small staff seem very, very busy trying to pull out tables and china and silverware and trying to get things prepared. It's not going to be a very big feast. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of food in here for them to.
What time does it
get
start?
ready. It's supposed to start at lunchtime.
Yeah, we'll just have to like emergency hit the store and get some like turkeys in here.
Okay,
Or,
you're able to
some
find some
grouse.
turkeys. You're able to find some turkeys. Unfortunately, the the commercial ovens that you have are going to have turkeys done in time. It's going to be slim pickings. It's not like people are going to be able to come back for a second meal.
Yeah.
For a second helping, but the slowly the message starts to get out and people start to arrive, and it's not as big a gathering as the organizers had hoped. They were hoping for like hundreds of people to show up.
Yeah.
But I think the combination of the lateness of the change of venue plus the venue where it was at, really the people that are showing up are the poorest people in the community.
Sure.
And there's not very many of them. I mean, certainly there's a lot of poor people, but not a whole lot of them are able to come all the way out to stately Arbogast Manor. There's about 50 families there.
Assuming I had the time to think of it, I'll actually send like Dylan's out to the area around the old Civic Center or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
The old abandoned amusement.
Yeah, no, not the old abandoned. We're going there tomorrow. And see if there are, families that like need a ride over.
Okay. And certainly once you are able to contact the radio station is mentioning it, but you definitely get the feeling at the lack of people showing up that there's maybe some people that are just like Arbogast.
Oh, sure. I'm sure it's a combination of that and also like
Nazis.
And also like, I was only going to go because it was convenient and now it's inconvenient. So
right. It's not downtown. It's far outside of town.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's some meals served, and those families definitely look like they appreciate it. In fact, there's enough for many of these, the hungriest of the children, to get a second helping.
Sure.
The Heinrich is able to get up and give his speech. That basically is people shouldn't.
I do everything in my power to get him drunk first.
Okay, let's roll a
persuasion.
Yeah, persuasion plus what, insight or will? Let's do will plus persuasion.
Okay.
We'll do a D2 on this one.
Can I use my subtle cues talent?
I'm going to say no on this one.
Okay.
You could give us all subtle cues to help him get drunk.
Oh, that's all right.
You do have 3 momentum.
Yeah, I'll take a momentum.
All right.
Because it could be funny. 2 successes.
2 successes. You succeed. He does get a little inebriated, which causes some of the other Bunt people to be somewhat concerned, but they are all there in their shiny jack boots and their brown shirts and armbands. They are willing to step up as needed to talk about why people should join the Bund to support the greatness that Hitler is doing in Europe and soon America. And some people are like, they're listening to it. There's some people that are surprised that these guys are allowed to get up and to speak. Some people probably are acting maybe not so surprised because the award that your father was given, the Grand Cross of the Supreme Order, that was the front page news for weeks.
Sure.
And so people are like, this isn't surprising.
Sure.
But they kind of understand that very much like other religious organizations in town, that sometimes in order to get the good meal, you got to listen to the PR. And most of the people here seem very much interested in the food and not so much the PR presentation.
That's good.
Yeah. And maybe if it had been a little different, maybe if other people had shown up, maybe it would be a little different. But certainly none of these people will be part of the feast going forward.
None of what people?
The people that showed up to eat your food.
Oh, like they're not coming back because the Nazis turned them off?
No, they're not going to be part of the feast that the people you killed were going to sacrifice to.
Oh, that feast.
Oh, the feast.
Yeah. No, the plan by the Shadow Cult was to sacrifice everybody who came to the feast as a feast to
feed the
whatever
to
thing
the
they were
hungry.
worshiping.
Yeah, definitely. Gonna put a pin on the thing saying that we're gonna have great wealth.
I mean,
well, I mean,
they
we
are
were
going
the
to have
only
great
ones
wealth.
there.
No, the people that were doing the sacrifice, they're the ones that are going to get the great wealth. They're all gone now.
Yep. Wow.
So be careful of those deals with devils that you make.
You can just hang out in Mammon's
bathroom.
Yeah. And pretty soon the day wears on. Everybody seems fairly happy. The Boone guys are kind of upset that Heinrich got drunk and that Sven was only able to get the speech halfway correct. But eventually they all, leave. The people leave. They seem very happy. They're shaking both you and Felipe's hands. The Boone guys are very thankful of Felipe for coming up with the original funds to make sure that the feast could happen. And also to help prepare this at the last minute. They seem very, very happy and pleased with themselves as everybody leaves for the day. And Higgins and who else? Higgins and Dillons and several of the other staff are all exasperated as they begin the long cleanup of this feast on December 22nd, 1939.
I'll definitely help with the cleanup.
Okay.
And afterward, I'll tell Higgins to go down to the cellar and get something for the staff.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
Yeah, I'll go over to Felipe and be like, okay, those guys, don't get involved with those guys anymore.
They seem harmless. They just are a lot of talk and a lot of gas.
No. They're not harmless. Listen. Fascism is a parasite that feeds on free speech. You let those guys say their things, pretty soon you're going to have a Mussolini situation or a Franco situation.
But Uncle says
or a Hitler situation.
But Uncle says that we can use business and business will control all fascists.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't think these guys are going to be a big problem. They'll do whatever we say.
Yeah, business can control fascists the way that you can control a rabid dog with a chain.
And he just kind of shrugs. I don't think they're going to be that big of a deal.
Well, I'm asking you.
Let's do a persuasion plus will. Oh no, let's do reason plus persuasion.
Okay.
Throw in a little intimidation if that don't work.
Can I use my subtle cues?
Yeah, you can use your subtle cues on this one.
2 successes.
Very good. You get 1 success back or 1 momentum back. So now you're up to 3 momentum. All right, cousin, because it's you, I'll listen to you, especially if you said that fascists and cultists were people that were ones we should watch out for. I'll take your word for it. In fact, I may do more than just take your word for it.
Okay.
But thank you for doing this.
Nope.
I think you did a good thing for the Arbogast name in this town.
Yeah. He just like shrugged, like gives like a big theatrical shrug, like, yep, for possibly the most counterproductive thing to give our family more pull here.
I think people appreciate it, though.
No, you're right. It's worth doing. See, if you have some sort of power, use it to help other people.
Yes. I like that. The Christmas Eve edition of the Albany newspaper is like Arbogast attempt to hold banquet feast.
It's like super racist. It's like Arbogast attempt to Shanghai.
No. I would say that they attempt to
rehabilitate their image.
No. They basically are saying that, yeah, this would have been a bigger event, but the Arbogasts, tried to hijack it or tried to recover from this big failure that was the fire at the Civic Center. And still all of these people are missing, now presumed dead. There's one section that in the editorial of the day that maybe questions, hey, maybe all of these people that are missing, could they have been involved in this fire somehow? There's a report of a woman who was attacked by some reefer guys and stabbed. Fortunately, they were brought in by Arbogast, and so they spell out Carlos's name pretty clearly in the newspaper that he brought this woman in. And then people are like, oh, I wonder, there's another editorial that says, I wonder if Arbogast is trying to cover up his late night activities by throwing this lavish banquet out in the middle of nowhere at his stately manor to impress people of this town. So there is some of that backstabby kind of reporting that's going on. But
Sure.
For the most part, people are really questioning, where have all of these city officials gone? It also is reported that the bank president is not there, that he is missing among these. And so the official count now is the mayor, the sheriff, the deputy, a reporter for the Albany newspaper, 2 city councilmen, a church elder, the bank president, and the school superintendent have all gone missing just before the Christmas holidays. And there's word that maybe they were somehow involved in this? Question mark? Who knows? Donations are pouring into the families.
Well, good. You'll notice nobody ever says all fire marshals are bad.
Oh, no, there's not a single fire person on here. No, these are all corrupt people. Yeah. All right. It is Christmas Eve day. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before Christmas?
Before Christmas.
Or after Christmas, or before we jump into the next
Dutch will try to get,
destination.
we'll definitely try to do Christmas with like Felipe and the guys, and have dinner, and
it's nice. You have some squab again.
Make sure that as much as the staff as possible goes home to their families.
The only people on duty today are Higgins, the cook, and one maid.
Okay, so once everything's done and ready, we'll make sure that they just can come sit at the table and have Christmas dinner. Before we make them clean it all up.
Yes. Yeah.
And Dutch will have gotten some gifts for everybody. So he for Doc, he got some monogrammed handkerchiefs.
Oh.
And when he gives them to him, he says, maybe this will get us started having people talking about where the Halias shop.
Thank you.
And he will give Blisco a nice chromy, like a ratchet key. So yeah, if you're familiar with a ratchet has a long handle to give you that leverage, but sometimes you can't get a ratchet into some places. So in that, you can use a key which just has a little handle that you can turn. So I'll give that to Blisco and says, well, I hope you can use this.
Probably.
Yeah. And then he will give Valentino a box that actually is like a jewelry box. It's not like a fancy jewelry box. It's like one of those little boxes for jewelry. And he says, this is for when we switch up and you're in the front lines. And it'll be a pair of fancy cufflinks.
I see. Thanks.
Yep. And Higgins is what makes sense for Higgins to be into.
Comfy pajamas.
Yeah, he'll get him some comfy pajamas and some binoculars for his bird watching.
There you go.
And he'll get something for whoever else is sticking around. And for Felipe, he'll actually just give him some money because that's what kids want.
Yeah,
it's true.
Cousin, thank you so much. Maybe you guys should come with me.
Okay.
And he takes you downstairs to the armory. And he's like, I found this not too long ago, but considering what you guys are doing, maybe you could have more use of it than I would right now. And he opens up he pushes on one of the racks of guns, and it swings open, and there's a workshop down here that you didn't know was down here, Carlos.
Oh, no.
You go in, and it looks like a laboratory where somebody with a lot of mechanical engineering would be able to cobble together things. And there are blueprints and plans on the walls, and you can see different things. There's a pair of gloves that are on this one workbench, and it looks like in the center of the glove where the palm would be, like there is some kind of almost like an arc, like where two contact points might cause a spark or an arc to form on those gloves, but they're not wired to anything that would be a power supply. There's also a pair of goggles that look somewhat familiar, but none of you can place those goggles just yet. But then hanging on the wall looks like a handgun with a kind of a bulbous middle where the gun shaft would be. And at the end, almost like a little reflector dish.
Nice.
And there's a wire running off of that to a belt that looks like the power supply. And a little plaque underneath the gun that's hanging on the wall says Prototype X1. Guys, I don't know what you are involved in, but I don't think Uncle is going to miss this.
Well, even if he does, maybe it would be okay if he didn't have access to this for a bit.
Okay. So here's the conundrum. This is a handheld weapon that can be concealed. It is the same as the Foe Seeker, but it does one less damage die. So this is something that you could take anywhere, and just like you would conceal a regular handgun.
Does it take the same?
If you open up one of the flaps where you presume is the energy, the power supply for this gun, there's a slot for a crystal.
Yeah.
The drawback is you can't use the Foe Seeker anymore.
Okay.
So you can have a handheld version that does one less dice damage, but you can't use the Foe Seeker anymore. Or you can keep the Foe Seeker and not Prototype X1.
Okay. I mean, the Foe Seeker being a rifle and Rob having essentially
this will have
double, triple super dibs.
So here's the thing. Just scratch out where it says Foe Seeker and just write in Prototype X1, and then scratch out one of the damage die and do one less than that, and everything else still stands. So it can still count as a rifle that you can hide.
Oh, okay.
And you get the feeling, Blisco, that if you had the time and tools, you could probably take the Foe Seeker and turn it into what you see in the form of the Prototype X1. You probably wouldn't have put the cool little dish on the end of it. You probably would have been a lot more functional instead of form. And so this one looks somewhat futuristic, that weird, crazy Art Deco thing that everybody's into. That's what this gun looks like. You would probably have made it more functional.
Some of that Flash Gordon stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is more or less where the design I was working on was headed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, well, it's up to you, Rob.
Yeah, I mean, I had been planning on doing this to the Foe Seeker anyways.
Okay.
There you go.
Right? Like, I assume that's...
Yep, you have gained one Prototype X1. You are putting the Foe Seeker on the shelf, maybe as a spite to
Yes.
Carlos's father.
Right.
Maybe we break it first.
I mean, you could take out the crystal.
I mean,
Doesn't work without a crystal.
I'm just saying, he spends an awful lot of time around American Nazis.
Well, there's a good chance that the Foe Seeker is actually his design anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm all for like taking out like a pin or something where like he'd at least have to like spend time replacing it if he ever wanted to use it.
I mean, if it was possible to take the crystal, that would have been...
we'll take the crystal, we'll take out a pin, and Carlos will leave it there for eventually his father to find, so he will know that Carlos knows that he knows that Carlos knows.
So now that Christmas is over, where do you guys think you will be heading in the next couple of days?
Assuming that in the meantime, no gibbering mouthers come out of the sewers or anything like that, that there weren't any like ongoing consequences from the ritual.
I mean, the families are receiving tons of donations.
I mean, that's fine. It's really like a 50-50 on whether like a man tells his family that he's what he's doing when he's doing something illicit.
Wait.
Probably
maybe
not in the 1940s, but
the families are getting a lot of money.
Yes,
the families.
Yep,
of the
men
missing victims
who made.
Oh, sure.
I
see. Well,
they made a deal with the devil, exactly.
Well, I mean,
and the devil was like, "Hey." Literal.
So yeah, assuming that's the case, what is like Kentucky is probably the farthest place that we are potentially going.
Arkham is like one day drive away.
Yep. So Arkham is probably the next closest place. Were we planning on going anywhere else?
We were going to go visit the family of
that's Kentucky, isn't it?
Of Clyde.
Yeah, Clyde's family's in Kentucky. So first to Arkham, I guess.
All right, cool. All right, so we are going to end it there. This is what you need to do. You can clear all of your stress.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stay with whatever fortune you have. So Rob has 3, everybody else has 2.
Yep. Yay.
And you may do one level up. You may add 1 point to one thing or retrain one thing. But you can only add one attribute or one skill, but not both. You may retrain one thing if you think you need to.
Yeah.
But you may only do one thing. You may only go up to that one more step. So figure out what you need, and then we will see what horrors await you in Arkham, Massachusetts. Critical Hit Punch All Nazis is a production of Major Spoilers Entertainment and was produced and edited by me, Stephen Schleicher. If you would like to get a behind-the-scenes making of this episode, be sure to check out the GM Roundtable Octoon Cthulhu Edition at our Patreon page, patreon.com/Major Spoilers. Each week I discuss my plans for the upcoming game session, and Dr. Brad Will is there to share his reactions and advice on how to be a better game master. I will warn you, though, there are spoilers galore in every installment of the GM Roundtable Octoon Cthulhu Edition. So, if you don't like spoilers and don't want to know what I am planning next, don't listen to these episodes. Though, I will say, if you do listen, you'll be able to see how and where the players throw a wrench into my plans, and you're also going to have greater insight into the world that's being built into this campaign. This week, we didn't have any named NPCs, so no shoutouts to our associate producers this week, but next week, we'll feature a lot of surprises, and more than a few of our wonderful patrons will become NPCs in this game. You want your name to appear as one of these NPCs in future episodes, all you need to do is become an associate producer at patreon.com/Major Spoilers. Finally, we want you to record yourself doing your best on Critical Hit and send it to us at podcast@majorspoilers.com, and your voice will join the growing chorus of fans in upcoming episodes as well. Thank you again for listening this week, and here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2023 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.